Welcome to Week 8. This week we cover policing strategies, what's effective and what's not. So even though the majority of police work is actually outside the sphere of the criminal justice process, the police are still tasked with reacting to the societal problem of crime. So this week we're going to look at three review chapters of the research on what policing tactics and strategies are effective and which ones are ineffective at reducing crime. There is abundant evidence that the primary factors influencing crime, such as poor parenting, mental illness, poverty, unemployment, lack of education, etc., are beyond the control of the police. So the police, comparatively to other things such as schools, families, stuff like that, can only do a little to reduce crime. Also, because the police have very little influence over what actually causes crime, police strategies to reduce crime must deal with the fact that the criminal offender has already become motivated by his or her life circumstances to commit a crime. Therefore, policing strategies tend to target deterring the offender, making it more difficult for the offender to victimize others, or catching the offender in the act. So policing strategies targeted to reduce crime can be organized into three major categories. And each one of the chapters of your readings this week will cover each one of these categories. So the first one is traditional policing strategies. This is what we've done for over 100 years of policing. Things like random patrol, hiring more cops when we have more crime, using detectives for follow-up investigations, all these traditional ways of doing police work. Then we'll look at community policing strategies. So those are strategies where the police involve the community in some capacity in their response to crime. And then the last will be problem-oriented policing strategies. Problem-oriented policing strategies are responses that are specifically tailored to specific problems. So where traditional policing and community policing tend to be more broad, we're tackling all types of crime. Problem-oriented policing we're going to go after, for instance, homicides. We're going to try to reduce homicides in this community. So there's one set of strategies to try to reduce homicides. Then another problem you may want to address is reducing auto thefts from a certain set of parking lots around a certain shopping mall. That would be an entirely different set of strategies than you would employ in trying to reduce homicides. So problem-oriented policing gets more specific, and strategies differ with the specific problems that you're trying to address. All three readings for this week come from a book called Crime Control in America, An Assessment of the Evidence, written by John Worrell from the University of Texas at Dallas. This book is a collection of just a review of every single thing we've tried in the criminal justice system to try to address crime. And three of the chapters are addressing the strategies that the police have used. And he basically reviews every single study ever done to see what reduces crime and what doesn't. So these three chapters we're going to be covering for the policing module. The first one will cover all the traditional policing strategies. So as you can see from just the introduction here, random patrol, detectives, the use of 911, things like that. Do those things actually reduce crime? The next chapter will involve the community policing strategies. Do those work? Do they have an impact on reducing crime? Then the third chapter will deal with problem-oriented policing, and he describes it as proactive, directed, and creative policing. But it's specifically the problem-oriented policing strategies. So after you've read these three chapters, please take note of what strategies work to reduce crime. If you do this, you'll be able to answer intelligently when someone suggests that the police do something specific about a crime problem. Either someone in your life, a family member, a friend, or something, well, the police ought to do this. You'll have an educated, evidence-based answer for that. Hopefully, most of you will be in some sort of criminal justice policy-making position at some point in your careers. within a criminal justice agency or within the community, an elected office or something like that. Again, having this knowledge, you can make right choices and right decisions about what is most effective and what the police can do to respond to crime. So, don't forget Quiz 8, and writing assignment number 2 is due at the end of this week. Again, if you have any questions, email me, please. Thank you.